Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to talk getting started with Warhammer Age of Sigmar Warcry 2nd Edition. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at the Stormcast Eternals, and in particular, the Sacrosanct Chamber of them. In this video, we'll talk a little bit about what the Sacrosanct Chamber exactly are. We'll then take a look at some units we can use to start our collection with before looking at other units to expand upon after our initial purchases. Finally, we'll finish off the video with a little sample warband of 1000 renown for you to use as some inspiration for your own warband building in Warcry, or indeed copy ours if that's what you wish to do. Now, like all of the warband rules that are not the brand new warbands, they have their rules available for free on Warhammer Community. I'll drop these in a link in the video's description down below. But what are the Sacrosanct Chamber? These are the second wave Stormcast, the 2nd edition leading models, the one from Soul Wars, that you may have seen in the book, or indeed in things like Mortal Realms magazine. They are the cloaked up Stormcast, the wizard Stormcast. This includes things like Sequitors, Evocators, Dracolines, the Lord Arcanums, and majority of the Stormcast wizards. Now, this is a Stormcast force with a heavy lean on damage dealing, including many ways to deal area and or splash damage. And what we mean by area damage is damage that can affect an area around the model. It doesn't just affect a point, it affects an area. So, something like every model within 3 inches of this wizard takes a particular hit. They have the ability to do that. And they also do splash damage, which is sort of similar, where they can put out all these extra bits of damage across the table through abilities and stuff. Their reaction, like all Stormcast in Warcry now, allows them to do damage when they're actually slain, which is pretty cool. Stormcast are a very elite force, and so being able to deal damage when your warriors are finally taken down is a really nice way of helping you even the odds when you lose one of your fighters, because it generally is quite a big blow. Now, to get started with this particular type of Stormcast, I really like the Lord Exorcist. First of all, a pretty solid leader option for the Stormcast Eternals. 30 wounds and toughness 5, that is no joke. He's going to take some absolute taking down. Now, he's also got 3 attacks at strength 4, 2-4 on the damage, which is really nice for like a supporty style hero that he is. And also 2 attacks at range at strength 4, 3-6 on his damage. Really, the big thing I like is he is able to unleash one of the big quads for the army, which is Open Redemption Cache. This allows him to allocate a number of damage points equal to the value of this ability to all visible enemy fighters within 3 inches. Right away, you can see that area damage, but quite a lot of it, like that can be, if you can get that quad 5 or quad 6, this can be a really powerful ability if your opponent is too quite tightly packed in. Now, alongside this model, we have Evocators. Evocators can come in a couple of different varieties when they're on foot, and I definitely recommend going with the foot ones first. Now, you can certainly pick up something like Stormsire's Curse Breakers, which are one of the Warhammer Underworlds warbands, and they'll give you a couple of Evocators in that packet, along with a Knight Incantor, which we'll talk about later. But you can also find other ways of potentially people who've bought Soul Wars sets will have 3 of these lying about, or potentially trying to find those yourself in the Mortal Realms magazine or in old Soul Wars boxes or old starter sets from 2nd edition. Now, they do have a cool rule called Burst of Celestial Lightning, which is really nice. This is allowing them to, on a double, pick a visible enemy fighter within 1 inch of the fighter and roll a number of dice equal to the value's ability. For each roll of a 4+, allocate a damage point to the enemy fighter. Really nice. It's actually pretty similar to the rule they have in normal Warhammer Age of Sigmar. So you can use that double nicely to get that Summon Celestial Lightning out there. But where do we go next? Now, like I said, this warband is heavy on the offense, and this is why I think Sequitors are an integral part of the warband. They are going to give you some decent defensive unit options to hold the objectives and carry treasure around the table. Sequitors in general, when they're carrying shields, are going to be really nice with that high defense of 5 or 6 even, when they're choosing to get the storm shields on them. They can be a really tough nut to crack. There are a couple of different options with them, with either the Tempest Blade or the Storm Smite Maul. Both of them have their varying options. I generally like them all just because it does save you 5 renown. You can also equip Sequitors with Great Maces. This does drop them to that toughness of 5, but you will get 3 attacks at strength 5, 3, 5 on the damage. So a pretty cheap damage dealer for Stormcast at 170 points. Now, you've also got Castigators. I really like these as shooting troops for the Stormcast. 6 to 15 inches, 3 shots at strength 5. That is really nice. 2-4 on the damage. And they've also got a really nice ability as well for the unit, which is Burst of Celestial Lightning. We add up to half the value of this ability, rounding up to the damage points allocated by each hit and critical hit for a triple. Now, we've then got one of the bigger units, which is the Evocators on Celestial Dracolines. Much the same as your Evocators, they have the same sort of abilities with the lightning arcs, but instead you're going to get a nice 30 wound model with toughness 5, 4 attacks at strength 5, 2-5 on the damage there. You'll also get access to another ability when you pick the Dracolines, and this is whether you build the character model or the unit out of the box. You get Thunderous Pounce, which is another one of the quad abilities available to the Sacrosanct Stormcast, where you can allocate a number of damage points equal to the value of, double the value of the ability to an enemy fighter near them. Really, really powerful. Lastly, we have the Knight Incantor. I think this is just a solid, cheap hero option for the Stormcast Eternals. 28 wounds, toughness 5, nothing to write home about, but 205 points makes them pretty cheap, much like the Lord Exorcist. Now, you are going to get some cool abilities like Cleanse the Realms of Taint, where you can choose to make some bonus actions. For me, this is just another cool model. And you can also do Shatter Spirit Flask. We can allocate a number of damage points equal to the value of the ability to this fighter and invisible enemy fighters. So similar to the Lord Exorcist, but you do sacrifice yourself a little bit there as well. And so, looking at our warband here, what have we gone for? First of all, the Lord Exorcist as the champion. I just think his quad can be particularly game-winning and really does add a lot of extra damage to your Stormcast force. If there's one thing we really don't have with the Sacrosanct Champion, it's the right-out damage dealers, unless you're going with some of the really expensive heroes in the force. A Castigator Prime is another nice option for a leader. We've got the spare points, so you can definitely just go with the Castigator Prime here. You get an extra 5 wounds on top of your regular Castigator, and you're going to get a little bit of extra out of him as well, which is nice. You're going to get, still your 3 to strength 5, 2-4 damage shots, but you're going to get an extra attack in combat, which is nice as well. Fighter-wise, we've got 2 Sequitors with Storm Smite Maul and Soul Shields. Like I said, they're in here really because they are the cheaper option, although we definitely do have the spare points to go if you want to go with the swords. I do like the strength 5 on them though, that they are going to get from those mauls rather than the strength 4 and the extra attack from the swords. And then 2 Evocators with Tempest Blades and Storm Saves. Once again, I think the strength 5 is where I like to go. You're getting an extra attack with this. The change for these with the other weapon is, first of all, you've got 2 inches on the Grand Staves, but you have 2-5 on the damage rather than 2-4, but you do drop an attack. I think just having the extra attacks, you've both got strength 5. If there was a change in strength, and going up to strength 6, I'd definitely say the Grand Staves, but at the same points, I think the Tempest Blade and Storm Saves win it for me. Now, Renown, 990 points out of 1,000. We've got 135 wounds, which is around about the high end, slightly above average. Now, if you like Sacrosanct Stormcast, let us know how you go in the new edition of Warcry with them. I'd love to hear from everyone down in the comments below. That's the end of the video, everyone. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, drop us a comment down below in the comments section and let us know what you enjoyed about the video and what you'd like to see more of on the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here we have at Sinful Gaming, you can do so on our Discord server, which is linked in the video's description. Also linked in the video's description is our Patreon and YouTube members, where you can go to help support the channel and allow us to keep doing what we're doing. As a special thank you to our Patreons and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons: Christian Weir, Soren, Greenskins Gaming, Kenny Lauer, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Derek, and Giappi390, and to our YouTube members: Greenroots Gaming, Kenton Young, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, and Monty's Tabletop Terrain. And lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see on the channel. Thank you all for watching. Once again, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now, everyone.